Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great start to their day. Today is April 30th. It is the last day in April before we hit the big month of May. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause. Yay! You have come so far in our learning that we've been having going on without being face to face. You all have been doing amazing the entire month of April. So I want you to give yourself a round of applause, and I'm giving you a round of applause. I want you to keep up this work because school is not over. We still have more to cover, but let's go ahead and get started with our lesson for today. All right, so on this beautiful Friday Eve, you have some tasks that I need you to complete. Your first thing that you need to complete is your Spiral review. You need to then complete your problems of the day. You will then move on to your weekly science assignment if you have not done so already, and then that will be followed by some type of practice on Education Galaxy or Clever. All right, let's go ahead and look at our Spiral review. One thing that I do want to point out to you that I've been seeing a few people do, your Spiral review is not the only thing that you will need to do for me today. You will do the Spiral review, but you also have to do your problems of the day and practice on Clever. Do not just do your Spiral review and think that you're done, okay? I want to reiterate that. I want you to understand. Spiral review is practice. Your problems of the day is what I'm really focusing on, okay? Just a little disclaimer before we get started. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our first problem with our Spiral review. As we've been doing this week, we're comparing two numbers. So we're using greater than, less than, or equal to, and we're going to compare these two numbers right here. Our two numbers we have, the first one is 4,500, and we are comparing that to 4,500, okay? You need to tell me, are these numbers, is 4,500 greater than, less than, or equal to 4,500, okay? The next problem that you need to focus on, number 2, is you're multiplying, and the answer to a multiplication problem is called a product. So you need to look at this problem right here, number 2, 1,200 times 10. I know you may think this is a little tricky, but I've seen some great work in some of you, so I know that you can handle that, okay? Number 3, we're trying to find the quotient, which is the answer to a division problem. And so when we look at this problem right here, number 3, we have 36 divided by 4. All right, so you're trying to find the answer to that. We're going to come down here to number 4, and number 4 is saying there are 14 puppies in the animal shelter. 4 puppies have short hair, 7 puppies have long hair, and 3 puppies have curly hair. What fraction of the puppies have long hair? Okay, specifically looking at the long hair puppies. And number 5, Kelly was born in 1975. And yes, once again, this is way before Miss Washington was born. I know some of you are wondering, I was not born anywhere near 1975, okay? But Kelly was born in 1975. How old was she in the year 2000? I want you to look at that and don't automatically think that says 2020. It doesn't. That's 2000. Okay, well, how old was she in the year 2000? Just to give you a little reference, I was 10 in 2000, okay? All right, so here is our step-by-step of how we are working on our problems for this week. And I talked to a couple of you on the phone, and you've made great strides in progression and understanding, so I want to give you some snaps. and understanding what is going on. I've seen so many of you come so far this week, and I really, really, really want you to keep it up, okay? But let's go ahead and just review one more time to see how these problems are going to be worked out. So when we look at these problems, we have 3 100ths plus 6 tenths, okay? We realize that our problems do not have the same denominator, but we need them to have the same denominator to make life way easier for us when we're going to be adding them together. So we realize that we want to get our problems to have the same denominator, and we want that denominator to be 100. Big, solid, strong number 100. So we have to do something to this fraction right here to get this denominator to be 100. So we're going to come down here, and we realize, I can do something to this 10 to make it 100. I can multiply by 10. So we multiply our numerator and our denominator by 10, and we get a new numerator and denominator, and that is 60 and 100. So when we get that, we add our two fractions together, 3 100 plus 60 100, and that gives us 63 100s, okay? Just a quick step-by-step. And I've seen some of you even drawing the arrows and little circles to show your thinking, and that makes me so happy. My teacher heart is just smiling from ear to ear because I'm like, oh, they're watching the video and they understand. So I want you to keep up the great work, okay? We're almost there. You can do it. Keep pushing, all right? Keep pushing. All right. Drum roll for your problems of the day. Boom. All right. So for Thursday, today, you have 10 problems. And I know you're probably thinking, Miss Washington, why do we have 10 problems? Well, because y'all been doing so good with all this work, I decided to step it up a little bit for you. And you have 10 problems you need to complete. But you are all extremely smart, so I know for a fact that you can do these 10 problems because you've been doing them all week, okay? All you have to do is focus in on the ones that start with 10. The ones that have the denominator 10. Focus on those first, and as you can see, I'm trying to point them out for you. Then you'll go ahead and do your next step of multiplying these problems as I'm pointing them out, and then you'll get your answer, and then you'll add them to your fraction that has 100. This fraction, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, right here, and right here, okay? It's super easy breezy, beautiful, cover girl. I know y'all can do it. And if you need any help, you could always look back to this slide right here. You can pause it. You can look at it. You can read over the steps. I know that you can do it. I have complete faith in you guys because you are extremely smart. I have the world's smartest kids, and I'm ready to brag on you more than I've already been bragging on you, okay? So here are your 10 problems. Show your work. Do what you got to do. Draw it out. I have complete faith in you. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me, okay? All right, next, if you have any questions about math and you just want to watch a video and just get some other thoughts and things like that, of course, I have included our math video that I want you to watch. It will give you a more colorful insight on what we're learning this week if you need extra practice, okay? And as always, I want to see your work. Remember to submit your work to me, Class Dojo, or text message, and I will look over it, give you feedback. And some of you been in so good, I'm like, hey, you got it. You can teach some of your friends. I love to see how you guys are working so well without me teaching you. It makes me a little sad because I'm like, my babies are growing up. They're getting ready for 5th grade, but you guys are rocking it out, so keep up the good work. All right. So for science, we have our weekly science assignment. So if you did not do your science Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I really need to see it today, okay? And if you did it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and you want to draw me another picture, I will gladly accept that, all right? So we're going to be focusing on speed and collision. So you're going to demonstrate using any objects in your home what might happen when two objects collide. Draw a picture to show what you observe. Why do you think this occurred? And the disclaimer that I'm giving every single day. Do not use anything in your house without asking your mom or dad or your grandma, your aunt, your uncle, your granddad, whoever first. Do not get yourself in trouble. And then once you have their permission, then I want you to draw me a picture, okay? Your picture is just going to show me what you saw, how it happened, why do you think it happened, all that great stuff. And if you want to color it, yes, you can color it. I had someone ask me that. Get as creative as you would like with these pictures. I know some of you are super creative, and I love seeing your beautiful artwork. And if you're thinking speed and collision, what's that? I want you to think back to when we did the marble experiment on the desk when we were in school, and that will help you understand a little bit better what speed and collision mean and how they're also related. All right, so for your science videos, if you have any more questions, you're like, I just need to see an example or I don't understand, check out the speed introduction video and the collision video, and that will help you understand a little bit better. Speed and collision are different, but they are related, so that will help you understand how they relate to each other and how they are connected and how they can be tied into one another. So these are some cool science videos on both of these topics. All right, remember, school is not over. We still have to power through. I'm still going to be checking on y'all each and every day like I have been. I'm still going to be looking for this amazing work so I can brag on you. You got to make sure you stay on track so we can push through the month of May. Remember, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You are loved. You are missed. You got this. And I want everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Bye, you guys.